David Franzine here. Well, I promised I would be on here at 8 o'clock doing another live tonight. So here I am. I think it's about a minute before 8. So I'm just going to wait a minute in case there's anybody that would like to join us. So at that point, I will introduce myself and tell you what tonight's subject is going to be about. So if you're on here, I appreciate it. Thanks for your support. And hopefully you'll gain some valuable information this evening. I'm trying a new streaming, I don't know what you call it, streaming device, streaming service, I guess. Streaming service would probably be the right name for it, called Restream. I had been using StreamYard for a couple nights, but for some reason, I was having trouble getting it to allow me access to go on Facebook Live or to stream it to Facebook Live. And I think maybe that's just because I had the free version. So today I updated, or not updated, but I upgraded to a paid version with Restream because I read some pretty good reviews about it, and it was actually the least expensive of the streaming services. So if any of you out there are looking to do some broadcasts to the nice thing about this is you could broadcast to both like YouTube and Facebook, and then I think even other ones like maybe, I don't know, LinkedIn or Instagram at the same time. So that's just a side note. Anyway, it is 8 o'clock, and once again, welcome everybody. I want to reintroduce myself. My name is David Franzine. I am an online marketer. My goal is to help others overcome their self-limiting beliefs and achieve financial freedom, as I'm trying to do for myself. And so one thing I'm doing currently is a 21-day Facebook Live challenge. And today, I believe, is day 6. So I've been on here the last few nights, and I've tried to offer some valuable training for my team and my network marketing company, and then also to anybody else that happens to jump on here. As I've said in my previous lives, the information I try to give is in a general nature that can be used really not just for online marketing, but for anybody that has any sort of goal or dream or object that they're trying to attain. So I've talked a little bit about, well, I don't want to go into it. If you want to see my trainings over the last few nights, feel free to do so. You can just scroll down my Facebook timeline and you'll see the last few nights. I think I've covered some pretty valuable things that will help you be successful in your online business or whatever else you end up doing. And so tonight's subject, without further ado, is not getting results, question mark, because a lot of times we come online or we try to achieve a certain goal in life and we don't get the results and we get frustrated and we get discouraged and then we end up quitting. And that's what we want to avoid happening. So I've talked a little bit about that in previous nights, some things you can do to avoid the letdown and to not quit as you're pursuing your objectives. So there's a couple things I just want to go over tonight. Tonight's video, or sorry, Facebook Live here. I'm not used to doing Facebook Lives. I've done videos in the past, but I've never really done Facebook Live, so I have to get used to saying that. Tonight's subject, I think we'll be on here for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes. I don't think we'll go over 15 minutes tonight. So if anybody that's just joining, once again, we're going to talk about how to get better results in your business or in your goal objectives. So the first thing I want to talk about is something that's pretty obvious that we've all heard before, and that is this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. So we've all heard that. So what does that mean? That means basically we're just stubborn, and we want to just do the same thing over and over again and hope one day that maybe it's going to change. And I'm guilty of this just as much as anybody. I'm really guilty of it, because you get into a habit of doing something and it becomes comfortable to you. And once again, as we've talked about in previous trainings, it's hard to get out of that comfort zone. So you will stubbornly reject changing things because it's just easier to do what you know how to do and to stay in that comfort zone. So the first thing is you have to realize if you're, and this doesn't mean changing your company or your product that you're promoting, because I talked about that a little bit the other night. I talked about one of the keys to success, and if I have time tonight, I'm going to go over those 5 keys to success again, what, in my opinion, are essential to you being successful. I'm just going to tell you what they are. I'm not going to elaborate on what they are if I have time here this evening. But one of those was picking a company or product that you believe in with your heart, and then sticking with it, not getting distracted by other things that come along. And so when I say be willing to change what you're doing to alter your results, that doesn't mean changing your company. Okay, now if you're in a company for like a year and you still haven't made any money, well then yeah, it might be time. Then it might be time to consider another opportunity, something that might be a little more lucrative. But I would always, give that at least 6 months to a year before you consider doing that. What I'm talking about tonight is making the little adjustments that you need to make in your daily method of operation, which was one of the other 5 keys to success that I talked about last night. So that means if you're doing a certain thing each day, day in and day out, and you find that the results aren't there like you expect they will be, then don't be so stubborn. Be willing to experiment a little bit, be creative, explore a little bit. And you don't have to make drastic changes. It's best to make minor changes a little bit at a time and see how those minor adjustments will affect your overall objectives. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing, and I don't really have a number of things here, I'm just going to talk about 2 or 3 things that I feel are important that I've learned over the few years that I've been studying online marketing. And the second thing is, and this is another area where you can be stubborn at times. Don't be stubborn when it comes to asking for help. I used to think that I had to figure it out all by myself. I felt like if I was online and I'm trying to make some money and create some income, I thought, well, I have to figure this out myself. I'm a proud person and I don't want to burden others. I don't want to ask for help. And so I would just stubbornly, just persistently go after my goals by myself. I would look at trainings, I would study material, and I just get so frustrated because the results just weren't coming. And so I realized one day that it's okay to ask for help, because no matter how old you are or how young you are, you don't know everything. You still will continue to learn and grow on a daily basis. And there's somebody out there always that knows better. And there's somebody out there that's also had results that are better than what you might be currently getting. So that leads me to the third thing I want to talk about. When you're asking for help, I think I read this first in Anthony Robbins. I used to read a lot of his books and his personal development material. And he talks a lot about modeling. And modeling, basically, I'm not talking about runway modeling. So if any of you have ambitions for that, that's another training. But what I'm talking about is modeling another person's behavior. If you're doing anything, especially if you've never done it before, and you want to see results and be successful, the best thing you could do is model somebody that's getting the results that you desire. So, first of all, you got to have a definite purpose of what you're trying to achieve. You got to do a little reflecting, a little soul searching, and and find out what your results are that you want to achieve, and then you find somebody that's getting results in that area of their lives, whether it be creating income online, whether it be losing weight, whatever it may be, because those are the best resources for finding the information and the techniques and the daily method of operation, doing the particular tasks, taking the particular actions, the same as these people take, and getting the same results they're getting. You may not get exactly the same results they're getting. It takes some time and some patience and some work to do so, but you will start seeing some results. For example, okay, so I do online marketing, right? And so I have a daily method of operation. I do about 5 things on a daily basis, which is one of the 5 keys to success. And of those 5 things, 3 or 4 of them are income producing activities. So I do that every day. And even on the days when I don't have much time or energy to devote to my business, I will, sorry, my cat distracted me over here. That's the problem with doing live video. And so each day I will do those things. And even if I have limited time, I will do a couple of those things. It's what's called a skeletal DMO, daily method of operation. You're going to do at least 1 or 2 critical things that will help grow your business and create the results that you desire. So one thing I did with online marketing is I watch a lot of training. I stay plugged in to my training, and I try to learn a little bit each day. And so when I learn a new technique or something that is working for somebody else, I now, instead of being stubborn and just saying, no, I'm going to do the same things every day, and eventually, I have to have faith that it's going to yield the results that I'm looking for. I listen and I learn and I implement. Listen, learn, and implement some of these things I've learned. For example, I was watching a training a couple of weeks ago, and it was a gal in my company that lives in Canada, and she's very successful, doing very well, already a 6-figure earner in a very short time in her online business. And one thing she does, God bless her, is she reaches out to 100 people per day. That's a lot. 100 people per day. Now, granted, she's full time doing this, and so she probably has a little bit more time than a lot of people do. But whether it be through Facebook Messenger, whether it be through her warm market, which is friends, family, people you know, or emailing people, or on Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever, in some way she's reaching out to 100 people per day, and she's creating massive results in her business. So what I did is I had to take a little bit of a scaled down version of that, and I didn't start messaging 100 people per day, but I started messaging 25 people per day, or I started reaching out, contacting 25 people per day. And since I've been doing that for a couple of weeks now, I've seen signups in my business. And that's the key, is taking consistent action so you can create consistent results. So those are the 3 things I wanted to talk about tonight. 1 being, don't be afraid to make little changes and adjustments you need to make to reach your desired results. 2 is modeling, where as you find somebody that's getting results that you'd like to have, and then you duplicate their behavior and their actions and their techniques And then the third thing is don't be afraid to ask for help, because there is help out there. There's plenty of people that have made a lot of money online. I know a lot of people are skeptical. That's a hard word to say sometimes. Some people are skeptical about online marketing, but the true fact is many people make a very, very substantial income working from home, working online. And many that I know have done it in a part-time capacity. So just keep that in mind. If you think you don't have enough time and you think you don't have enough energy, and this is probably a subject for another night, I think I just came up with my topic for tomorrow night, maybe. If you think you don't have enough time or energy to devote to a business, you do. You can find the time. I work full time at my place of employment, a company that I've worked with for 30 years, Universal Studios. 23 to 25 years there, I was in the entertainment department, primarily as a performer. The last 3 or 4 years, I've worked in the security department. Although I'm doing that in a full-time capacity, I determined a few years ago that I wanted to create a little extra income on the side to feel better about my retirement. Hopefully I'll retire from Universal within 3 to 5 years, something like that. And I wanted, although I think I'll be okay with, my 401k and the assets that I currently have, thinking is not knowing. And I want to know that I'm going to be okay. And I want to have that extra income for the extra things in life that I might want to do, or the desires that I might have. And so I said, I'm going to try to create a little extra income. The problem was, I don't know, over the years, when I've tried online marketing, I've always got discouraged and quit within a couple months because I wasn't seeing results, because I was stubborn and I didn't want to make the changes that I've talked about here on this live tonight. So I've always started something and then end up quitting, starting and end up quitting. I've had that terrible pattern for like 5 years now with my online marketing efforts. This time, however, I feel different about it. There's something in me. I think, and I talked about some of these things the other night about having a burning desire, having a strong why. I did a little work in that area, and for some reason, I'm just more determined this time than I ever have been. And I'm almost 3 months into my journey now. My convention for my company is actually 6 days away. So they're here in Orlando, Florida this year, for a 3-day convention at the Marriott World Center down there by Disney. So I'm excited to be going to my company's convention here in 3 days, or 6 days, for 3 days. It lasts for 3 days. And I've been achieving some results in my online business, and I love sharing what I learn with others and helping them be successful and helping them create some income on the side in addition to what they already might be doing. So that's what I'm about. So I'm almost 20 minutes in here. So I'm going to really quickly go over the 5 things I talked about last night that I think are keys to success. So in case you missed last night and you're on here catching the end of this tonight, it was worth staying on for the little bit extra time, because I'm going to share some valuable nuggets here. Those 5 keys to success, in my opinion, and I hope I can remember them because I'm going off the top of my head here. The first thing is find the company or product you believe in and then stick with them. Don't be jumping around, getting distracted by all the other offers or opportunities that are out there. Number 2 is taking consistent daily action. That means every day you're doing something to grow your business. You want to take one day off a week? Fine, take one day off a week to recharge and refresh. But those other 5 or 6 days, you need to find at least an hour a day, hopefully a couple hours a day. Then on your weekends, maybe 3 or 4 hours a day to commit to growing your business. The third thing is having your DMO. That's your daily method of operation, or as I had mentioned in a previous live that I did, in the military, we used to call it a standard operating procedure. So you want to be doing those activities. Usually it's a list of 5 to 7 things that make up your daily mode of operation. Be doing those every day. The fourth thing, stay plugged in. Stay plugged into your training, stay plugged into your personal development. You have to be able to get your energy and your inspiration from somewhere. A lot of times it's hard to internally do that for ourselves. So we need to be plugged in. Like my company has trainings every week. Sometimes it's just inspirational stuff, techniques that they teach to stay focused and alert and inspired. And so you want to stay plugged into that. The fifth thing is determination, having a persistent, burning desire and the attitude that you're going to make it, that you will achieve your results, that there is no quit in you. You've signed up, you're not quitting. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You're going to stick with it for however long it takes. So those are the 5 things I talked about last night. Hopefully that will help you grow your business, help you achieve your goals. Thank you for joining here tonight. I hope you receive some insight that can help you grow your business or attain some of the goals you're reaching for in life. If anybody's on here live, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time. I would encourage you to look at some more of my trainings. I cover a lot of things that have to do with online marketing, from inspirational stuff to actual nuts and bolts of activities you can do to create success. You can find my videos on my YouTube channel, which is David M. Franzine, or of course, a lot of them are still on my Facebook profile. You can scroll down and find some of my past live trainings. So with that being said, thank you again. I appreciate your time, and hopefully I'll create a little bit of a following here, maybe 1 or 2 people. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Y'all have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.